If you're a Miami sports fan, then there's only one store to go to, and that's Caneswear at Miami Fanwear in Davie. They're your one-stop shop for all your inner Miami CFs, Canes, Dolphins, Panthers, and Marlins merchandise. They have hats, t-shirts, game day jerseys, and so much more. Located at 2511 South University Drive in Davie and open 24/7 online at caneswear.com or innermiamiwear.com. Call them at 954-835-5597. Caneswear, the spot where Inner Miami and all Miami sports fans shop.
For over 16 years, EJDconstruction.com has provided South Florida residents quality craftsmanship, accurate project management, and exceptional service. That's why EJDconstruction.com is an A-rated member of Angie's List and the Better Business Bureau. When you're looking for the right custom home builder for additions or home remodeling, please call my friend Eric at 305-433-4843. That's 305-433-4843 for EJDconstruction.com.
There's no need to drive around South Florida wasting valuable time looking for a new or certified pre-owned Acura. Go to the #1 volume sales dealership in the Southeast United States. Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. Purchase with pace and space in a dealership tailored to your needs. From home buying to providing that personal touch. Contact the 2020 Satisfaction Award winner Craig Zinn's Acura of Pembroke Pines. 888-776-5123. That's 888-776-5123. Or visit them at 15601 Pines Boulevard in Pembroke Pines.
It is the Squared Circle Digest. I am Sean Stanley, and he is Mr. AEW, Frankie Frezko. Frankie, how you doing on this fine Tuesday night?
What's going on? I'm ready. Excited.
We are excited, but also as just to let you guys know, whoever's kind of jumping in here now, I already see Big O. Let's go Heat. Just so you know, we'll throw some Heat talk in as we're watching the game.
Yeah.
But mostly this is going to be wrestling, guys. So I even put Squared Circle Digest in the top. I didn't want anybody to think that, jumping on there. Also, we will be back at 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. We will be there with the Big O radio show. So make sure you're there with us 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. Hey, you never know with us, though. We pop on whenever. So just make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the notification button, smash the like button.
Please.
And we appreciate each and every one of you that are in. And let's see, already we got Frankie Frezko's in. All right. My Breaker 305 said, Big O, let's go. Cap for life, as always. Appreciate you. Karen in as well. Made sure they're in early this week. That's AEW as well, isn't it? My dad is in. EWD Jr. Hey, guys. Cap for life. Jimmy is Hemi, bro. Jimmy is Hemi. I will tell you that. Let me ask you this. Let's do this real quick, Frankie. This is not on our sheet. Jimmy is who when you look at professional wrestling? Who is Jimmy Butler?
Are you asking me that question?
I'm asking you that question. I'll ask the chat as well. Jimmy is Hemi, but who is he in pro wrestling terms? who would best describe Jimmy Butler?
Oh, so like a wrestler that is
Yeah.
like Jimmy Butler. That's a good one. I haven't thought about that. Guys, before I answer that question, let me know if my sounds right. I know last show was a little bit like kind of not too. I'm a sound guy, so I get
Yeah.
like bothered when I don't hear myself well. So just let me know in the chat if everything's good. I like Cap for Life's idea. I guess let me see. Jimmy Butler, a guy who likes to take over and when he necessarily needs it. You know what? I'm gonna go with Hollywood Hogan.
Mm. And what just because like what you just said about him taking over?
Yeah, because when he needs to go and thanks, Cap. When he needs to go, he surprises everybody. You know how when Hollywood Hogan first came out as a bad
Mhm.
guy and it surprised everybody, but then he was the leader of the pack, but he also allowed everybody to kind of shine in NWO. That's kind of like I kind of have the feeling that Jimmy does the same thing. He kind of he's reserved when he needs to, but when he needs to step it up, he takes it to the next level, and that's what Hollywood Hogan, not the regular Hogan, Hollywood Hogan used to do with NWO.
Interesting. See, I'm thinking more like a Triple H because he'll cut your throat out when he has to.
It's not bad either.
You know what I'm saying? Like he'll be there and then he'll just cut your throat out.
But not
Shard says, and then, he said, I didn't see your comment above there, Shard, so I apologize. He said Dusty Rhodes. And I mean, like with Dusty though, it's almost like what Cody now is like. I don't know if you'll ever get the big payoff. I feel like Jimmy's working toward that payoff this year. Now again, they're going after this. They're heading against a team that on paper is better than them, but it you know what? Maybe Denver will be the four horsemen to Dusty Rhodes. Jimmy Butler is Dusty Rhodes.
That would be funny.
That would be, yeah. So, all right. So let's get into our show. Where we want to go. We always start WWE. I'll leave it up to you, Mr. AEW. Which way you want to go, man? WWE, AEW. Which way we going?
Well, we got to do our predictions for this weekend because we got some pay-per-views this weekend.
Yeah, we got both sides.
So what do you want to do? Do you want to do AEW and then the predictions, or do you want to do AEW, WWE, and then we do predictions for both?
I would like to keep them together as much as possible because it's easier on the production side cutting them up. So I can divide it up by WWE, AEW, but then also I divide it up by, our predictions as well too. So either way, I mean, it might be easier to just stay in one realm because that way then the chat can stay with us and then we can jump over to the other one and then and go from there.
All right, so let's talk some AEW. What's up, Brian? My homie Brian's in the
man. We get more and more DJs on this thing every day. I like it.
My homie Brian, he's from New York. Shout out to everybody from New York out there. So let's talk a little bit of AEW. We're gonna start with, of course, Dynamite last Wednesday. Couple things. First and foremost, let's talk a little bit about the show. Obviously, there were some goods and some bad. Obviously, we saw the return of Adam Page coming back with Kenny Omega,
yes,
and the Young Bucks against the Blackpool Combat. And
was that a gold eye patch? I could not tell exactly. Were you able to figure out what the eye? Is it just a regular eye patch? I haven't seen anything close up of it, but it looked gold.
Same. I don't know. I don't know. Do you know the significance of why he was wearing the eye patch?
No. Well, the eye patch was from the screwdriver that time they supposedly dug in his eye.
Okay, that's what I thought as well.
The injury there, but I didn't understand if there was a significance to what the patch he was wearing with the gold or whatever. I didn't know, but I mean, I know it's the elite colors, but I didn't know if that's.
I didn't know if it had another significance than just that, but overall, it was good to see him back. It was good to see him team up. Did you expect him to team up? I didn't. Yes. I kind of did it. I kind of didn't because I didn't know where Adam Page was, but for them to bring him back and put them all together, and they kind of like put everything on the side, all their beef, and then just say, hey, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna team up. And then obviously it's set up for the pay-per-view fight, the Anarchy in the arena.
Too. They were working toward that way. and then I think he got hurt. And then he kept trying to get back in, and they kept trying to, like, there was always the hit and the miss with them. And then now finally it looks like the Blackpool Combat Club is the sticking point that has brought them back together. And now the Elite has rejoined.
Now, the other side notes that we saw at the show, Ricky Stark, he fought against Jay White and he lost, right? He lost by DQ, which kind of surprised me because I would have thought that if he lost by DQ, they would have probably added him to the pay-per-view fight. But I'm guess they're going to try to build it up even more.
Remember, there's probably going to be 2 matches added to the buy-in. They do an hour before, so maybe, possibly.
I think they shouldn't.
You can add too much more to that card, man. That card's.
I think that what they should do is they should add it to their next pay-per-view, or the one in Wembley's the next one, right? Wembley's the next one.
No, Forbidden Door would be the next one, right? No, yeah, Forbidden Door and then Wembley.
Okay.
Because Forbidden Door is in June, I believe.
But Forbidden Door is
that's more of that's AEW against like New Japan type stuff.
Oh yeah. You're right. So yeah, so it would make sense for them not to add it to Forbidden Door because it's going to be AEW against New Japan, and then they would bring that to the Wembley one, or maybe not because Jay White is New Japan.
It's going. That's a long time to keep.
True, and Jay White is from New Japan before, so you're gonna get that crowd as well. So maybe it makes sense to put it in that Forbidden Door pay-per-view. The other story that happened, what other fights happened? Oh man, it was, I don't even recall. So we got Adam Page coming in with the Elite.
I like the Roderick Strong Chris Jericho brawl.
Okay, yeah.
Well, the thing where they got me was I thought Jericho would go outside and it would be the Jericho Appreciation Society jumping.
Oh, yeah.
But instead it was flipped and Cole was there waiting for Jericho.
Yeah.
I did like that. I did.
That street fight that went all over the place.
Yeah, it was good. It was very good.
That was a really good fight.
Swirly machine and everything. It was great.
Yeah, and not only that, but the surprise with Adam Cole being outside, that was pretty cool. And then you saw, I think what he DDT'd him on the I think he DDT'd him, didn't he? On the dirt.
I think he did. Well, he definitely hit him with the knee to the back of the head.
Yeah, but I know that I don't remember what it was, but I know he hit him somewhere when he was on the dirt as well, and that was pretty cool. So that fight was eye-catching. So it was a good show. Now let's talk about a little bit about Tony Khan and his announcement. Obviously, he mentioned Collision, the new show that's supposed to come out, but
WCW Saturday night. I mean, I'm sorry, AEW Collision. That's right, yeah.
Hey, but aren't we all WCW fans? Don't you like those colors? I love those colors. Those colors look good.
I don't understand. If your colors are black and gold, you're AEW. At least put the AEW logo regular. It's like one of those things where it's like, I mean, I get do whatever you want with the Collision. The Collision could be whatever, but your logo should still be, even if it's just white with black outline or whatever you want to do. But I don't know. I just thought it was too much, too Time Warnery.
Well, maybe that, or because they're splitting the roster, supposedly, maybe it's a good way for them to say, "Hey, look, we're splitting it, and we're not only are we splitting it by having the roster, but actually even the actual colors of our, logo are even being separated." So could have been like that. I don't think they thought about it that way. I just think they went with the WCW colors and called it a night.
Oh, look at this logo. Okay, yes, we'll take it. More money, no problem. Whatever you want us to do, sir.
But then what do we get? We get Tony Khan not telling us where the first Collision is gonna take place. Like
they knew, right? They don't.
Come on, like, well, you know why? Right?
Oh, you know why? Because the person they wanted to. It doesn't make sense to have it in the place they want to have it if the person that they can't have on it isn't there.
So let's cater a little bit now to that storyline. So, of course, all of you guys know we're talking about CM Punk, and obviously CM Punk is supposedly the draw. Everybody's gonna show up for CM Punk. especially if they hold it in Chicago. There was rumors that he was going to be on there, that this whole show was catered to him. It was supposed to be, everything was going to run by him, and he was going to be the main star, and then everybody else was around it. Even the roster split up was supposed to be because of CM Punk. And then what happens at the last minute? They have differences again, to the point where they actually remove him from the actual
Press release.
press release. I think who did they put on there? MJF. I think they put MJF.
No, Andrade.
Really? I thought they had taken off.
They took him off and they added Andrade.
Well,
the original one didn't have Andrade. The one took CM Punk off and added him.
I wonder how Andrade feels about that. But
it's kidding. Most of those guys probably don't even see that press release except for when people tweet it out, because it's really just for the TV companies, because again, it was made at the TV deals where they go out and they talk about all the shows they got coming up and what they're excited about. And again, you want to put your best foot forward, but also you can't sit there and say, hey, CM Punk's going to be there when you don't know. And honestly, man, dude, if what they're saying is the issue, I don't think he wants to come back.
Okay, so, this whole thing, obviously the rumors are this whole Ace Steel situation with this guy. And if you guys don't know who Ace Steel was, this is the same guy who wasn't behind the whole situation with when the whole brawl came out and he bit Kenny Omega. And then obviously AEW said, yo, we need to let him go because, we can't have, what was he, like an executive producer before? Or was
he was an agent. It was like
an agent. So you can't have somebody like that be getting into brawls and biting people. So they fired him. And then obviously the whole CM Punk situation. So supposedly the new story was that this guy, Ace Steel, was going to go ahead and become a producer for this show. And
he was going to be allowed back, but not on TV. He was not going to be allowed to be at TV.
Yeah, he was going to also travel with them and do all that stuff for the show.
TV. He was not going to be allowed to be at TV.
So then CM Punk got mad because that's not what they, I guess, promised him.
Yeah, or what he thought they promised him. But again, this is the whole thing is like, if Ace Steel is the sticking point, I don't think you want to be there then. To me, that's like I got to find something to stay out. And that's the sticking point.
But again, this concerns me because I'm going to tell you something. This reminds me, and I read an article where Eric Bischoff mentioned it, that they're going the same route as WCW. And Alex kind of points it out by saying, what's the point of 2 shows? Yep. It's not 2 shows, it's 3 shows now, because we got Rampage, who nobody's tuning in to watch. Nobody cares about that show. So
you know what's going to be funny, and I don't want to switch it real quick. Very interested to see what SmackDown does this week, because the show was recorded. So it's already in the can.
Well, we'll see. But you want to know what's crazy? My biggest thing is that what I'm noticing here is that I don't know where AEW is going with this, because you're relying heavily on a guy who you should not rely on because he's a troublemaker. He doesn't care about the wrestling business. This is what I'm getting. And I probably might go on a rampage here and a rant here for you.
But real quick before you get on the rant. It's what O said, and I can't remember who he said it about. You're relying on the unreliable.
And that's the thing that frustrates me, because number one, you already have issues with CM Punk before. So now you bring this guy back technically, and he's doing the exact same stuff that he did the first time, where he thinks he's the main attraction and screw everybody else. It's all about me. He's giving a bad name to AEW. He's giving a bad name to wrestling. He's disrespecting everybody in there, because at the end of the day, he only cares about himself. I like CM Punk, but what he's doing to AEW, it's a slap in the face. And you keep bringing in more and more crap. You keep tolerating his bull crap. I mean, I read an article saying that they're still interest in bringing him just because of the viewership. But I mean, come on, man, like, stop it already. Like, Tony Khan, what are you doing? You're doing a horrendous job. Why are you doing that? Like, all right, CM Punk, that's your main attraction. Screw that guy. I guess it's because maybe on his clause, they still have to pay him a lot of money. So that's why they feel they want to bring him back. That way you don't have to
No,
dish
but
out more money.
when he was on TV, they're doing 1-1s, 1-3s. They haven't reached 900 since he's been off TV, man. I mean, he does shift eyes. Now, whether you call that, a game changer and whether you can build up something else as you go, I don't know. But also, here's the other thing about this show, man. You're putting this guy on a show that's going to be on Saturdays at what time?
It's at 6, right?
I mean, I've heard 6, I've heard 8, I've heard different things. You're talking about in 3 months, it starts what, June, the end of June? I believe, or is it the beginning of June they're starting?
I think it's the middle of June.
Okay, so the middle of June they're starting. June, July, August starts what?
College football.
There you go. So what do you think your ratings are going to be once they hit? Do you need CM Punk? I don't know.
I don't think CM Punk is enough.
If he's that much of a headache, is it worth it?
I don't need, but let's keep it real. If they don't have him, bring somebody else. No, why are you relying so heavily on this guy?
Oh, because he brings eyes. He does bring. He puts asses in the seats, man.
You're not telling me, and I know he got injured for some stupidity, but you're not telling me that if you go ahead and you bring either Mercedes Moné or Goldberg, and I know you're dishing out more money. I get you. I don't know. I don't know.
Really?
Come on. You're not telling me he's not going to bring eyes again?
WCW at this time. Why don't we bring back Bischoff and the boys too?
No, we can't bring Bischoff. But
just make that whole Saturday show WCW vintage.
Who else is available out there that's going to bring the attraction? Who else do you have right now?
Week in and week out, you can't have Goldberg out there, man.
No, but you got
Mercedes got a broken ankle now, so she's out.
But you could at least bring Goldberg for the very first show. I promise you that if you bring Goldberg for the first show, you're gonna get people to actually show up.
WWE move. You're being WWE.
You gotta do something, because at the end of the day,
have Tony Khan make an announcement. That's what he does anytime he needs eyes. Whenever he thinks he needs to have eyes, there's a Tony Khan announcement.
Who else are we going to bring in order for Collision to actually have and gain interest of the fans? Because right now, the way it looks, have you seen the sales? The sales are terrible.
Frankie, take the blinders off, buddy. I know you're Mr. AEW.
I'm disappointed. I'm concerned.
But look at what Dynamite does. Look at what Dynamite does, man. There's main event matches on there week in and week out. And they're still only doing 877s.
You know what?
Well, how much bigger do you think this show on Saturday at 6 o'clock? Listen, Wednesdays at 8 o'clock, people are usually maybe going out to dinner,
of course,
and things like that. Saturdays at 6 o'clock, you think people are going to be like, I need to get home to watch AEW Collision?
But why? Okay, but why didn't they put it up against Monday night if they really wanted to add another show? They're not
going to do that either, man.
I would have done it dude. WCW did it when you had the Monday Night Wars with WWE.
Yes.
If you want to go ahead, putting it on a Saturday, I know it's like traditional, like from back in the day when they started, Saturday shows. But that doesn't work right now. The younger generation who actually wants to tune in, like you said, is going to be watching college football.
Let me ask you
They're going to be out clubbing. They're going to be out partying.
Let me ask you this right here. Right now, I'm not talking about when Vince McMahon was running everything. Right now, if they put both of those shows on the same night, what show are you tuning into?
You want me to be honest? I'll be tuning into both. Because I have 2 TVs, so I could put both. And I could watch whatever match I see that is good. And this is only because I'm an AEW fan as well. I kind of am balanced with both of them. So I'm going to tune into both. Because I usually record them. I'm not going to lie to you. I usually record Monday night.
Now, let me throw something else in there. Football season kicks off. Monday Night Football's on.
That's gonna hurt.
That's why you don't do it. Because it's not going to be, yes, for 5 or 6 months, it's AEW versus WWE.
But there's
for those other 4 months when you're going against the NFL as well.
But they're still going to be able to get some viewership because of the simple fact, like, look right now where they have the basketball and the AHL playoffs. They still get some viewership, even though these playoffs are going on. I'm just trying to think, when do you put the show then? Because if you put it on a Saturday, who's going to tune in?
If you put it on Monday and they keep these same numbers, you've killed AEW. You've killed it.
I'm not flexing with 2 live TVs, but I mean, I'm going to be watching probably both, or record both of them and just watch them.
Tony Khan made that decision and said, we're going head to head with Raw, and they don't outdraw Raw, you've killed every mystique.
You can't go ahead and say that we're going head to head against Raw. You just have to go and put a balance that you're going to put it on Monday, and then you could gain. Everybody who sits on Monday is watching wrestling, right? Like, everybody knows that on Monday, I'm tired. I just got off of work. Over the weekend from partying and all that stuff. First day of the week, I'm just going to stay home. What does a lot of people do? They tune into wrestling. So there's a very good chance that he's either going to get the same viewership, or maybe a little bit less, or probably even more. But he's definitely going to get more viewership than what he gets at Rampage, because Rampage sucks. Rampage being taped and all that, it's just terrible right now. So
if you're on that team and you're doing 877 and you look over to Raw and they're still doing their 1.5s, 1.6, 1.7, and you're doing your 877s on the same night, what? It's over. It's over.
Let me ask you this. If they were to bring CM Punk, right? Not on Saturday, but they bring CM Punk on that Monday. That Monday, CM Punk.
That might be a little different. That's different. Now you're getting, because again, on Wednesdays, they were getting 1-1s, 1-3s.
And not only that, but remember what the CM Punk have? He has that WWE, he still has that. So a lot of WWE fans are going to be like, wait, hold on a second, CM Punk, let me go and tune in. Same thing goes with Goldberg. Again, I know you don't agree with me with the Goldberg situation.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, Goldberg's great to break in case of emergency.
That's during emergency right now.
Oh, but man, dude, your first show needs to showcase people that are going to be there week in and week out. Week in and week out. This is what you're going to see. Not some freaking Goldberg banging his head on a goddamn door, huffing through smoke and sparklers.
Yeah, but I'm not saying to put Goldberg as your last main fight, but you could bring him out and do something at the beginning, and then you're like, oh wow, it's Goldberg again for at least for the first 10 minutes of the show. That way you could at least garner some people talking.
Hold on, I saved this because I knew you were going to be like, the first match, bring them out or whatever. I knew you were going to come up with this stuff.
You don't know. You didn't know what I was
starting to figure you out, man. I'm starting to figure you out there.
But tell me what. Okay, so if you don't got CM Punk, you don't got Goldberg, you don't got Monet, you're gonna tune in on Saturday to watch Samoa Joe and Idolo, Miro. Come on, all these guys. They're good wrestlers, but they're not showstoppers. Am I gonna tune into that? Nah, man. And that's the problem. That's why I'm telling you, they need to go out there and get somebody. If they can't close the deal with CM Punk, then they gotta get somebody out there, man. And it's the only way you're gonna garner sales, and it's the only way you're gonna garner people to tune in. Because right now, that show, that announcement, it was nice and dandy, but they're obviously not selling it. They're doing a horrendous job with sales. I mean, I was looking at before you go, Newark, their sales, pre-sales, 3,500.
Yeah,
Toronto, 1,600 for a $19,000 arena seat. They're going with big arenas, because last time they were in Toronto, they had 5,500 for a 7,000 seat arena. Hamilton, 600 tickets.
Yep.
You didn't even break 1,000.
Yep. I mean, but
I'm concerned.
Dude, if you watch that show on Wednesday, and look, man, I love the in-ring stuff, and I think they have, great talent there. The problem is, though, to get people to buy tickets, you got to get them invested emotionally into some of your storylines. And there's nothing to be invested into. There's really not, man.
And that's the reason why you need to bring somebody who's going to catch their eye.
I love the Elite. I love the Blackpool Combat Club. I love that they beat the crap out of each other, but there's no freaking story there anymore. There's no stories. There's 4 guys and 8 guys beating the shit out of each other every week.
Well, okay, so this is why I'm concerned, and this is why and it's funny that we brought up I keep bringing up WCW, because if you look at everything that's trending, what Bischoff said earlier is true. AEW is starting to become like WCW, to the point that when Tony Khan doesn't have his daddy's money anymore, AEW is gonna go down the shitter.
Yeah.
And that's my concern. WCW, they were building. They were trying to do. AEW was doing a good job with it. They were developing their wrestlers. They had to deal with TNT and TBS.
You know what happened to AEW? I think happened to AEW.
Well, what happened to AEW?
The emergence of MJF, the emergence of Wardlow, the emergence of Darby Allin, the emergence of Orange Cassidy, the emergence of those young guys. Because here's the thing. When this started out, they said, we're going to pay guys by tiers based on how much experience they have and everything else. Not by what you're doing. Well, guess what? That changed when MJF became a household name. That changed when Wardlow has become, I get it. They've screwed him up. Don't get me wrong there. But the problem is WWE will pay big money for Wardlow. They'll pay big money for MJF. So now you have to leave your tiered system and you have to pay an ante up to keep those guys. And that's where WCW went wrong too, because remember, Eric Bischoff signed Scott Hall and Kevin Nash to those deals, and they had
guarantees.
Well, no, not only guarantees, they had that clause to when you bring somebody in with more money, they get raised up to the higher.
Correct. Yeah.
Because that's why they were like, bring Bret Hart over. Hell yeah, pay him all his money. Because as soon as they paid him $6 million a year, they went to $6 million a year.
You want to know what, in my opinion, messed up AEW? They brought too many people from WWE, man. They brought in CM Punk. They brought in Keith Lee. They should have just brought a couple guys and that's it. They brought in Miro
for bringing guys in. That's where they went wrong.
Okay. I could agree with that.
For everything.
Exactly.
This is the problem. They went 2 years. Tony Khan said, I had a 2-year plan for AEW. As soon as that 2-year plan ended, now I don't know what the hell's going on. The 2-year plan ended with Adam Page winning the title. And that's kind of where everything's kind of hit the fan since then, because now it's like.
That's the problem. What they did is that they signed so many people, they didn't know how to use them correctly. And what ended up happening is that they're developing wrestlers like the up-and-coming NJFs, Jungle Boy, Darby Allin. They got pushed to the side, and then now he's pretty much dribbling with both. Hey, I gotta showcase the WWE guys that I just signed, and now I gotta showcase the guys who I'm trying to develop. And then both of them get mad because both of them are like, "Yo, where's my airtime?"
And Alex Poundswell has also a good thing that happened. A thing that happened that has hurt them is Triple H taking over WWE.
True.
If Vince McMahon stays in charge and none of that stuff happens, we're probably having a whole different conversation right now.
But you don't want to know something? It would not matter if Triple H took over if Tony Khan knew what the hell he was doing, and if he actually did a good job developing stories, developing the right characters.
Because of how terrible WWE was. With Vince in control, everybody was like, I don't give a. You could throw whatever you want in the ring. It's better than what the hell I'm going to watch again. Why? Because I've watched it for the last 3 weeks. It was Run It Back Raw. Every Raw was the same damn match. You know what I'm saying? So I think some of that also got masked because AEW was giving something different. So people were going over there and watching it. But the problem has been now, as Alex pointed out there, is that now it's become more relevant. More eyes are watching Raw, and they're like, you know what? This is a lot better than what it was. And it's starting to get a lot better than what it is on Wednesday.
Well, what was in your opinion? What do you think was a turn that started to trickle down for AEW? And I'll give you my response.
You first.
Was when Cody Rhodes left and he went to WWE. Once Cody Rhodes left and he went to WWE, he took some of those AEW fans over to WWE. And when the AEW fans started watching, they're like, oh crap, Monday Night Raw is good again. This is not bad. I'm going to start watching WWE again, because I did not tune in at all at Monday Night Raw. I would skim through it and be like, whatever, it's all good. But once he came back, to this point, I watched WWE because of Cody. And then I started watching it even more. And I said, oh, yeah, Seth Rollins, I'm starting to like him. Gunther, okay, yeah, I knew about them. But now I'm invested more because I wanted to see Cody Rhodes more than any of those other guys. And then I finally realized that I was like, okay, now I'm even tuning in more. Now I'm even tuning into NXT. And I'm not a big fan of NXT. And I watch it here and there now. So I'm trying. But that kind of turned the corner, because as soon as Cody left, what happened? WWE started changing, and Triple H took over, and they knew how to develop it, changed the whole storyline, and now AEW looks lost, very lost, and it's concerning because, like I told you, it reminds me of WCW. I remember WCW went ahead and like you said, they brought Scott Hall, they brought in Kevin Nash, they started paying these guys.
Yeah, but
so
also
much
they
money,
brought in Vince Russo too.
and then check this out.
They brought in all these guys that Vince paid because they quote unquote were the Attitude Era, and then they brought them over and had no control over them. That's the problem and that is the one thing I've always said could be a detriment to AEW. Is they and again, not fully as much as WCW did. You can't let the nuts run the asylum. That's what WWE did, because everybody had damn creative control. Everybody's like, nope, I'm not losing this match. Nope, I'm not losing this match. Well, what the hell are we going to do now?
Well, what
he doesn't want to lose. He doesn't want to lose. What the hell do we do?
What happens with AEW, where Tony Khan gives that much power to his wrestlers, where they're like, yo.
And I always said at the beginning, I was like, it's good to have that creative control, but everybody has to understand their role. And again, I don't know where the line is drawn on creative control and who has what. I know they all have a lot of say in how their characters developed. I do know that. I don't know how much say they have. And again, watching All Access, Sammy Guevara didn't have much say.
No.
If you watch that, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
Again, as you get further up and everything else like that, maybe some of that changes.
But
my point, and going back, I think AEW messed up their first couple months starting. When they first came out and they wanted to change MJF heel, and they said Cody Rhodes will never get a shot at the heavyweight title if MJF beats him. And MJF beat him. And Cody could never go for the title. And then you had the Young Bucks, and you wouldn't put them in the title picture because they were EVPs. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it. You don't want to push them to the top because they're EVPs, but they're your best damn tag team. Cody's one of your best single guys, and you've taken him out of the title picture 3 months into your company. 3 months in, Cody can never challenge for a heavyweight title as long as he's on an AEW roster.
A bad decision.
And things like that, it was like,
bad decision.
I don't get some of those decisions.
Bad decisions, man. And then what ends up happening, kind of like with WCW, the ratings start to go down. They still have to pay for all these wrestlers. They're not going to have enough money to pay them.
Yeah.
All the wrestlers are going to leave. You don't think MJF is going to go to WWE? Of course you will. You don't think Wardlow will leave? And once you lose Wardlow,
he will leave for $1 more.
Once you lose MJF and you lose Wardlow, oh man, the ratings are going to keep going down even further. So it's a trickle effect, and what's going to end up happening is, hey, AEW is going to be out of business, and I wouldn't be surprised. It might not happen right or soon.
Yeah, I don't know that they're going to go out of business. I just think they're going to be, further away. It's going to be Impact. It's going to be Impact. It's going to be where, yes, they're a great company. They're doing well, but it's WWE, then and go on down. You know what I'm saying? And this is the number I wanted to give you. The AEW on Wednesday night, May 17th, let in with 908,000 viewers watching. The second, and then this is where, and again, I said all this time, I understand what you're doing with the pillars, and I get it, but people don't tune in for the pillars. The Darby Allin and Cassidy segment lost 4% of the viewership. Then the Sammy Guevara promo and everything leading in lost another 5%. Then you went in and you had Soho and Storm against Sheeta and Britt Baker. That lost 8%. The Roderick Strong and Chris Jericho match brought you back up 7%. Then the Roosh and Jack Perry lost 2% of the viewership. The MJF promo with the Jay White and Ricky Stark start lost 6%. And then at the end, it gained 2%. They finished with 814 average, but they started at 908 and they finished with 769 by the night was over.
But if you see those breakdowns, right? Like you saw how they broke each one of them down. Why doesn't AEW analyze who the people want to actually watch? Like if you see Jericho 7%, why are you not pushing him towards
that match? Should have been the main event. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I love Ricky Starks. I love White. Why was that the main event?
Why? What? That
Because
doesn't make any
Austin,
sense.
Texas and Ricky Starks is. I like, bro. Like enough of this. Hey, you're in your hometown. You get the main event or whatever. Like, bro, that's done, man.
Yeah, man,
That's
they do that shit.
done. And then also, like, here's the other thing I didn't understand.
Dumbass decisions.
You're doing, and then this goes back to the whole pillars thing. Jack Perry got his ass whooped by Roosh.
He did.
How do I expect him to do anything in the tag team match? I mean, in the heavyweight match.
In the pillars match, yeah.
Match. And then you try to bring down, MJF comes down, and then you have the three of them to make it kind of look like, oh, the three of them might gang up against MJF. Like I don't understand.
That was tacky as hell.
There's no way in hell you take the title off MJF. And if you do, you're stupider than I thought you were. I
wouldn't be surprised if they do that
too. Than MJF walks out of that damn show with the heavyweight title, I will not watch AEW Dynamite. You'll have to do that segment by yourself. All you'll see from me is this.
I mean, if they do something that crazy,
nothing. They're not one of them. One of those three deserve it.
No.
I'm not saying that they're not good performers. I'm not saying they're not doing great work, but none of them deserve to be a face of the company over MJF.
They don't. And I'm hoping that they don't make that mistake. But I mean, the way AEW is going, man, it's just disappointing. All right, let's move on a little bit.
Yep.
Almost close. We've been talking for a bit on AEW, but last couple things. Obviously, I mentioned it earlier. Mercedes Moné, she got seriously hurt
against Willow Nightingale, by the way, AEW performer. Yeah. And it was not her fault. She did the thing. I don't know if
she fell from the turnbuckle by herself, right?
The showing was it looked like she might have went to do something, kind of looked like it lost her footing, and then decided to kind of
she just fell
across the rope, and then she fell to the outside, and that's where the thing. And she actually made the change to put the title on Willow. The title was originally supposed to go to Mercedes Moné, of course, everybody probably knew that, but she made the decision professionally in the ring. Was like, doesn't make sense to put the title on me, so I can just walk back out with a boot and turn the belt back over. So she took the pinfall so that now you can work it off of Willow and everything there.
And keep in mind, Mercedes Moné was in contract talks with AEW. From what I heard was that the reason she had not signed with AEW was because AEW was offering her a 5-year contract and she didn't want it that long. Yeah, she wanted something shorter. They were thinking about offering her 3 years, but then obviously the injury happened, and then now we don't even know what's going to happen.
I don't think she'll probably take a 2-year deal. Most, I would say most. And if I'm her, that's all I would do too. With everything that's happened to her and what she's been through with WWE and everything else, 2-year deal. 2-year deal. And all our people from The Mandalorian were there at the show, by the way, too. So, I mean, she's more than just a pro wrestler.
Next, let's talk a little bit positive stuff for AEW because I know it's all been negative, and it's finally they announced the video game AEW Fight Forever. It's finally coming out June 29th. That's the reason why you see my gamer tag right there. There it is. You see it? So obviously, I will be going ahead and buying the video game. It's made by THQ. I think they're the ones who are also in
Yeah,
it.
so.
That's who they are. If it's the same company, they used to do the WWE video games, and they're very, very good. So I would be shocked if this video game is not good. Plus, they made it very gory. So
It's got blood, buddy. It's
yeah.
got blood.
So it was funny because I was talking to Sean before, and when we got on the show, I said, "Look what I got," and I got 2K23, and I was talking to my friend Memo, and Memo told me, Frankie, you got to go to the settings to turn on the blood on that video game. I don't think you got to do that with the AEW.
No, Moxley's bleeding as he comes to the ring already.
And there's actually scenes of the video game where you see
ring is nothing but blood.
You see I think it was this guy Orange Cassidy covered in blood in his back, which is crazy.
Oh, I didn't see that one. I just saw the one with the ring, and it's the women wrestling. There's one shot of men.
Yeah, Sheeta.
Women, and the ring is just nothing but blood.
Yeah, so Sheeta's holding like a kendo stick, and then there's the other girl on the bottom, and then the one of Orange Cassidy where his whole back is full of blood and everything. So they're making it very gory, which is acceptable because that's what AEW, they go up the
Frankie,
extra level.
you're more of a gamer, but DJ See Him Dump said they're using Unreal Engine 4 too. I don't know what that is. That a gaming thing, or is that?
I don't know what that is. Maybe he could specify what that is. What that means.
Yeah, help us out. I'm not a gamer, guys.
Because I play video games, but I didn't know. I don't know
all these engines and all that stuff.
Yeah,
so you guys gotta help us out on that.
But if you guys do have a PlayStation, that is my gamer tag. So you guys are more than welcome to add me on there. And if you want to play AEW when it comes out on the 29th, or if you want to play the WWE one, I also play other video games. But if you want to play either one against me, hey man, I'm always open. So I don't know about you, Sean. Do you have any other video games? That way they could challenge you.
I've got Pac-Man, Galaga, Dig Dug.
God, Jesus Christ. Get the WWE game and then do you have a PS5? Okay, Jesus.
That's the original PlayStation.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I got the Xbox One.
Okay, I think we could probably cross-play between the two systems. I know for Call of Duty you can cross-play, but I'm not sure if the WWE one you can. But we could try it.
All right, my game tag's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
I thought your gamer tag was gonna be I love AEW and Tony Khan, but
yes, I love TK forever.
So
I do have Duck Hunt and Mike Tyson's Knockout.
Those were classics.
Yes,
those were classics. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so at least that's something positive. I hope people do buy them, and then maybe if people buy the video game, maybe they'll get some more people tuning into AEW.
Yeah. And then pointed out too here real quick, Frankie, because you did go to AEW. I've been as media, so I don't really have to. But they were talking about the ticket prices and what they wore like at Sunrise. They've got it. They might have to try to figure something else out there with ticket pricing, man.
So with the pricing, right? Remember I told you, I hit you up and I told you, hey, you're going there. I kept bragging and asking you, trying to poke the bear here. And you left me hanging.
I did 100%.
But I told you towards the end when the show was like approaching, that's when they went and they did that bargain. And they were like, yo, 4 tickets for the price of 3 and stuff like that. And I said to myself, I was like, why did they wait so long to do that if they were struggling with sales? And then on top of that, the ticket pricing where I sat, I'll be honest with you guys, it was just a little bit over, maybe it was like about $100 $100. That's all it was. And originally those tickets,
yeah, but that's $100 for 2 of you, right?
No, it was $100 each.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, so think about a person with a family, man. Like for me, if I go,
but I was sitting
going.
But I was sitting second row.
No, I get
The
that,
front.
but 4 of us going. Like that one time I went to that event with
Sunday Stunner?
you saw me at, the Sunday Slam one, man, and there were 7 of us, dude.
Really? I didn't know you were 7 with you.
Yeah, because I had my other daughter and her husband,
okay.
and then we had the kids and myself. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, 6. I counted 1 extra. Sorry.
Yes,
But
Miami is up.
in there, and I mean, we got those. Those were $20 tickets where we were at.
No,
Those were,
that's what you should. That's what the prices should be.
yeah, but
And
the
they
tickets
were.
there. Those AEW prices aren't that, man. There's no $20 tickets, bro.
Nah. I mean,
At least at the time we were trying to buy in advance. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
maybe the day of, I probably could have gotten them for.
they need to work
there,
on
but,
that.
I mean, they've got to work on,
Yep.
a little
They need
bit
to work.
better. Because again, that's the one thing WWE has done better. Not saying their tickets are cheap. Don't get me wrong. If you're going in the bowl and all that stuff, no. But they also understand that if they get one kid there, that kid's bringing a brother, a sister, a mother, a father.
And
so now all of a sudden that turned into $100. Then you walk into the merchandise area and you're probably spending another $200. You want a souvenir cup, and you build up the money from there.
Well, that's another thing that AEW should kind of try to do.
But they're too busy building up to their hardcore audience, man.
Yeah, they're too gory. So the problem is,
kid to watch John Moxley bleed after a headlock.
No, people are not going to do that. But
and also, it's a 5-hour show, bro.
It is. Remember, I told you that thing was long. That
Yeah.
thing is long, and people leave because it's just too long, too much tapings. But it is what it is. But let's get into our predictions for Double or Nothing.
Oh yeah.
So I'm gonna read out each fight.
All right.
We'll kind of alternate one and the other, see who goes first. So let's start with the first one. The first one I have is the TNT Championship ladder match. It's a ladder match fight between Wardlow and Christian Cage. What do you think, Sean? Who's gonna take that one?
Dude, if they see, this is where I get in trouble because I think like wrestling wise, and like if you have Wardlow lose that goddamn belt again, there's 2 times I will turn AEW off on Wednesday. If Wardlow does not leave with the TNT title, and if MJF doesn't leave with the heavyweight title, I'll give you those 2 right now. Wardlow better kick his ass, better win the match, and look. Let him get the ladder match. Let him pull it down and then have Luchasaurus beat him up and set up whatever you want to do. It makes no sense. I don't know how you get Luchasaurus out of there. I don't know how you handle all that stuff because Arn Anderson can't handle Luchasaurus. So I don't know what you're going to do there. But Wardlow better leave Double or Nothing in Las Vegas, the TNT title. Or, Tony Khan, you're dead to me.
Okay, so for me, I agree with you. I agree. It should Wardlow should win. I just don't understand why they went and did a stupid ladder match. Why? Why are you doing a ladder match?
You're saying, let's see how much we can bury this championship main event. All right, let's add a ladder match. Okay, let's do this.
Dude, it makes no sense. Like, just let them fight. Like, they've never fought before. Just let them fight. But yes, I agree with you. Let Wardlow. I'm going for Wardlow. I pick Wardlow. I think he's gonna win. I don't know. I hope he wins because I don't want Sean to stop tuning into AEW. So
you'll be doing this segment by yourself, man. The last half of the show, I'm just gonna go off. Hey, see you later.
Moving on to the next fight. It is the Blackjack Battle Royale for Orange Cassidy's belt.
Yeah, that's because the guy from Aussie Open got sick or something, and his partner got injured. They had to drop both the tag team titles. But I don't know who's all in this thing.
You know what? It's so funny. I don't know either. I mean,
I love these little gimmick battle royals that they do all the time, like the poker chip one and all that stuff. I'm just gonna throw out a name, Hobbs.
He's in it.
I think keep the Hobbs push going. And but I think what do? They fight, the winner fights Orange Cassidy. How are they setting this up? Or is
Orange Cassidy Orange Cassidy's in the fight.
Oh, so the winner of it gets the title?
Yeah, the winner of it gets the title.
I maybe this is the way they get the title off Orange Cassidy. I don't know. That way he doesn't get pinned. I'm gonna go Hobbs. I'm gonna go Hobbs in this match.
I'm gonna say Orange Cassidy holds it down.
I believe he probably will win it, but if they ever want to take the title off of him right now, this is the way to do it, just because he doesn't have to get pinned.
I think he wins it. I think there's. I mean, they remember the Aussie guy is Kyle Fletcher. Kyle Fletcher, I think is
Yes,
his
Kyle
name.
Fletcher. Yeah.
So I think they're gonna eventually build that for the next pay-per-view, which is the one against New Japan, Forbidden Door.
Forbidden Door. Yep.
So it makes sense to have him keep it and then fight him in the Forbidden Door pay-per-view. So I'm gonna go with Orange Cassidy. You go with Hobbs. We don't know who else is in that. Probably everybody and their mother is in that.
Yeah, and there might be. That's the one where they'll throw surprises in too. So
I wouldn't even be surprised if Big O
big surprise there.
if Big O shows his way into that battle
Big
royale
O in Vegas, baby. He'll be at a concert. He won't be at the show.
The crypto wrestler.
Yeah,
all right.
Big O.
All right. So the next
nobody will come out.
The next one we got is the AEW Women's World Championship. Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm. I'll go first on this one.
Yep.
I say Jamie Hayter pulls this off. I think they're going to keep the belt on Jamie Hayter. It makes sense to keep the belt on her because I still think that the fans really enjoy having her. And I think out of that group, the Outcasts with Saraya and this girl, I think Ruby Soho, I think Saraya is the big one out of all of them. So I would assume that if Jamie Hayter was to lose to any of them in that group, it should be to Saraya, especially since she hasn't had the belt before. So I say Jamie Hayter pulls the W on that one.
You make a lot of sense, and I agree 100% with you, which is probably why we're both going to be wrong.
Jesus Christ! I hope that.
I feel like every pay-per-view, there's one match where Tony Khan's like, "Ha watch this." It's like, what the hell just happened?
That's crazy. Memo, I see you, Memo. All right, so since Memo brought it up, I think, honestly, this is not going to be the main event fight.
It better not. It can't be.
It's not the main event, but we got...
There's two other matches. Oh, no. The four-way and then...
4 other matches that they could put on here. So next week, let's bring it, because I don't think it's going to be the main event. So the 4 pillars match, you got Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara, MJF, and, of course, Jack Perry, Jungle Boy. Who do you got?
If MJF doesn't win, we riot. I will burn AEW to the ground.
Okay, let me ask you this question. Besides MJF, if you had to choose one of the other 3,
Sammy Guevara.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. I actually would have picked Darby Allin.
Nope.
Damn. Why would you say Sammy Guevara? You think he has the next?
Because the only reason I say that is because you could turn him back heel, and you could make a faction, throw Roosh with them, throw some other guys with them, and keep him as a champion for a while.
Well, he could still roll with Jericho and all them too.
No. That Jericho would be his opponent. Because remember, one of the things when MJF said something to him about he's a follower, he's not a leader, and he said, "I'll show you I'm a leader." And then that's kind of when he started respecting Darby and all that stuff. So again, not saying that there's going to be, but right now you haven't seen a lot of Jericho with him.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know, it could be that old Randy Orton Triple H thing. And then they turn on when they turned on Orton after he won.
Well, look, check this out. That's not a bad concept that you just said, because let's say if Sammy Guevara was to win, obviously we don't want that to happen, but worst case scenario, Sammy Guevara does win, that could actually lead up to the next fight, which would be Sammy Guevara versus Chris Jericho, because he turns on Chris Jericho and says, "Yo, I'm better than you. I have a belt. You don't. So why am I part of your faction?"
Yeah, you should be following me. And
exactly.
There's ways to go about it. I just don't think that Sammy Guevara's at that point where he's the face. So that's why I go MJF. But out of the other ones, look, man, Darby, I love to death, but your champion can't get his ass kicked every time and pull out a win. That's Orange Cassidy's. That's Orange Cassidy's gimmick. You can't have your heavyweight champion doing the same damn thing.
I like Darby. And I guess the reason I say
I love Darby as a performer and thing, but I just don't see him as a champion.
I think the reason
the
reason I would put Darby is because I saw him interview, or I think it was either earlier today or yesterday, and he was he said the right things as a AEW wrestler. He was talking about how he wants to get more people who don't tune into wrestling to watch wrestling. He had mentioned like a race car driver, I forgot his name, that he had won him over, and the race car driver started actually tuning into AEW just because of him. So it was like he says the right things. I know that he did a taping with Steve-O from Jackass. I don't know if he's going to be in Jackass 4. I think he might be in the section, like a part of that movie.
Like a little part, because he does a lot of the extreme stuff. I mean, he does. I don't know if you've seen it. Like he jumped a car over a house and into a bus or something else. The one thing is this, man. Darby, like I said, there was two things I said when AEW first started. I saw Darby on, and I said, there's no way they're going to get me to buy into this guy. I saw Orange Cassidy, and I said, what the fuck is this? This is terrible. Then I watched him go out there and tear the house down with Cody and with Jericho, and I said, okay, they can work. They both can go. They both can work. And that won me over. Their work rate won me over. Darby is a perfect TNT champion or an international champion. You know, he's that intercontinental U.S. champion guy. He's that guy that's going to be at every show, whether he's injured or not, and he's going to be there to defend the title. I do not see him being the damn heavyweight champion in the face of the company. You can say all the right things you want to say and everything else, but I just cannot say.
But why you say that?
Because he's
too small?
Maybe my bias. Yeah, maybe my bias it is.
Remember Rey Mysterio?
Yes,
won
that was because of the situation.
Yeah, but
Eddie Guerrero does not pass away. Rey Mysterio does not win the championship. I'm sorry to put it that bluntly.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
The championship.
I don't agree with that. I think he could have held it down either.
I'm not saying he could have won a title before, but that's why he won the championship when he did.
True, because he never won the heavyweight championship when he was in WCW, right? No,
never held it.
All right, moving on. AEW World Tag Team Championship match. We got FTR against Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, and special guest referee, Mark Briscoe. I would be shocked if FTR loses. I like FTR a lot, but it makes sense that maybe Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett pull this off. But FTR just won the belts, so I'm gonna pick FTR.
I want to see what happens either on Dynamite. I can't remember. I think FTR is coming to the ring on Dynamite or Rampage. One of the two. At some point, Briscoe's been pile driven by FTR. He's going to have to take a guitar shot, I guarantee you, from Jarrett or Lethal by accident.
Yeah, you got to put him in.
He's got a reason not to trust either team. Right now, he's kind of been out and he doesn't trust FTR. Or do they run it to where the storyline is, does Mark Briscoe turn on FTR, and then at the very end, do the swerve to help FTR win? But I hate to be the guy that's going to keep going with you, but I can't see FTR losing the belts. I mean, they just re-signed them. You put the belts on them. And I mean, I don't see anybody but maybe the Young Bucks right now, or a team like that taking the titles off of FTR.
Well, look, I'm going to be honest with you. Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett wouldn't be bad beating them. It would make sense that they could actually get it. And this is the only reason why, because I think they have enough star power and the whole gimmick with Mark Briscoe involved. But what kills it is the fact that FTR just became champions and you just re-signed them. So it doesn't make any sense.
I mean, again, you've had FTR get beat down every week.
Yeah.
Usually when that happens, the baby faces get the finish and get the pinfall in the end, right? The baby faces win at the end and everybody's happy and everybody goes home. I feel like that's why I'm saying on Dynamite or Rampage, it'll be interesting to see if they give FTR that win to kind of throw that, okay, there's their win. Maybe Jarrett and Lethal will go over in the match. But to me, as you said, you just put the titles on them, man. You did this before. They won the titles, they lost the titles. Are you going to do it to them again?
No, you can't do that to them. All right, let's move on. Jade Cargill versus Taya Valkyrie for the TBS Championship. This is a rematch.
Yes.
This is a rematch from when they came here to Sunrise, but there is no stipulation You
No
know,
stipulation this time. Doesn't
she could do her finishing move, Taya. So in my opinion, I want Taya to win, bro. I'm sorry. I want her to win. I don't think she's gonna win, but I'm gonna go on a limb and I'm say Taya takes the victory. I say the undefeated streak ends at 60, and she moves, and Taya now becomes the champion.
Not so fast, my friend. Jade Cargill retains the title, and Naomi comes in, and Naomi's going to be the one who beats her for the title, or whatever she's going off of right now. I don't know. Is she still going off Naomi?
I don't think she will.
I can't remember what her name is now in Impact. I missed it.
Is she officially signed already to AEW?
She is with Impact. She's with Impact right now, but she's only there for 2 or 3 months. So she wins this match, and then you know how Impact and AEW have that relationship.
Yeah.
You could have her show up and start,
That's a good idea.
And go there. I think that's where Mercedes would have came in. Now with Mercedes injured, I slide Naomi into that thing because I don't think anybody on the roster right now is the person that ends the streak. That's my only hiccup there. I thought if you brought Taya in and you beat the streak right there the first time, then okay. But I mean, you didn't get it done the first time.
No.
And I don't think you get it done the second time.
All right. I think this is gonna be the co-main event. Chris Jericho against Adam Cole in an unsanctioned match. Who do you got?
I mean, it's gotta be Adam Cole. It's gotta be Adam Cole. I mean, I think there's going to be a lot of like near falls and every Jericho Appreciation Society member in. I think, you know what might happen here? Your boy might come back. He's been kind of quiet on the Kyle O'Reilly front.
Well, for me, man, I think this is going to be the best fight out of the pay-per-view, in my opinion. I think
this is a fight. I don't know if it's going to be it's not going to be the best technical match, but it's going to be a fight, I think.
But I think this is going to be the showstopper of the pay-per-view. I think this is going to be the one that it's going to like take over all of them. I don't know. It's going to be this one and obviously the Anarchy fight that we're going to talk about in a minute. But it's these two. I'm going to go with Jericho. I say Jericho pulls it off. I think they're going to continue this storyline with Adam Cole, and eventually they'll fight again. And then I think Chris Jericho, and then I see Adam Cole beating him. But I think Chris Jericho takes the W. I'm going with the Homer Big O, Chris Jericho.
Oh,
I gotta change it up. We can't agree on everything because
why? This is how predictable AEW is.
Because on a side note,
I digress.
On a side note, I would agree Adam Cole is gonna win, but I'm still gonna go with Jericho. I say Jericho. All right, and
2 glasses on.
And finally,
oh, you missed a match.
Which one did I miss? I got the Anarchy one. The Anarchy matches. That's what I see on their website.
Another match.
Which other fight am I missing? Tell me.
Ethan Page and the Guns versus the Hardy Party.
Oh yeah, you're right about that one. Damn. Look. Okay, so check this out. I'm on AEW's website. I literally have. I like the way they have.
You don't go to the source for the
no. Check this out. I have it because it looks really nice, right? And they don't even have that match listed.
They might move that to the buy-in. I mean, this card is like so stacked, man. Golly. Jesus. I mean, I guess the good thing is it's Memorial Day weekend, right? When's the pay-per-view? The 27th or 28th?
It's on Sunday.
It's on Sunday? Oh.
On Sunday. Because the Night of Champions on Saturday. So we got pay-per-view Saturday and Sunday. So the Hardys, all day the Hardys win.
Yeah.
So predictable.
Although there's been some stuff with Stokely going on, and I don't know. I find it odd with what they're doing with Stokely. I don't know. Do you follow him at all on Instagram or Twitter?
No. What are they doing with him?
Shad Khan's Jacksonville Jaguars office.
Oh, I saw that.
Removing the pictures, and he put his feet on the desk, and he's putting on the TV, and he's got his hands going up and down. I don't know where it's going. I don't know where it's going. Is Ethan Page still with Stokely? Do they rebuild something? that could play a part in this. But if there is no, hokey pokey going on, then yes, Hardy Party wins it.
I agree. And last but not least,
Yeah, now I think we're ready for it.
the Anarchy in the Arena, the Elite versus the Blackpool Combat Club. For me, I say the Elite wins. I don't like the Blackpool Combat Club, so I'm gonna say the Elite wins. I say Adam Page comes back and they do everything right.
I think Blackpool Combat Club wins.
Okay.
And then I think you get the at All In, which is in Wembley Stadium, correct?
Mm-hmm.
The main event there will be whatever the War Games match is, whatever, I forget what they called in AEW. They did it one time with Jericho, with the Elite, or not with Elite, with MJF and Jericho. And then they had the 2 rings and then the cage on top covered up. And then they went up on top of the cage and then Jericho.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot what they call it though, but I think this match is going to lead to that.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot the name of it too.
I forgot what you called it.
That's where Ortiz got hurt.
No, Santana. You're right. Santana got hurt.
Was it Santana? Or was there? I thought it was Ortiz.
Was Ortiz hurt? Now Santana was the one that tore his quad during that match.
Yeah. And that's like a regular Wednesday night Dynamite. They do just label it with
that one. And Jericho quit so that they wouldn't throw somebody off, and then they ended up pushing him off the thing, and that's where the whole box thing. Because when he fell, the whole stage opened up, and all the box, you could see all the boxes and everything there, and all that stuff. So, I think this is going to be a brawl, a fight, and everything else. And I think you're going to get the screwdrivers coming in and everything else. But I believe something's going to happen where it'll be a cheap win or something to where it gets thrown into a cage, and that is the main event at Wembley Stadium, All In.
Well, I hope. Oh, is it called Blood and Guts? I think it's called Blood and Guts.
I think it is Blood and Guts. I believe that's it. Yes.
I hope that they do the same thing as when they had the Jacksonville Stampede a couple years ago.
The whole stadium, yeah. The
so
stadium.
I hope they do it some way like that as well, because that was a really interesting fight. It was fun.
I just don't know that they're in Vegas, right?
Yes, they are.
Where are they at? MGM Grand Garden Ballroom, or where are they at?
They're at T-Mobile Arena.
T-Mobile. Okay, that's
pretty big.
Go outside. They could go outside on the strip there. They could do some stuff out there. There's areas there that they could, make it interesting for the Anarchy match. I mean, it's not Daly's place to where you can fight on the football field and all that stuff.
No.
I mean, they could work some stuff.
Oh, somebody's saying Tony Storm taking it. Oh, I
see that. I was like,
wow.
So you heard it here first.
I'm not gonna lie though. I think Tony Storm is hot. She's hot as hell.
I really believe, like, if that's the match where Tony Khan can be like, I'm gonna throw something at him they didn't see coming.
That's true. It wouldn't be bad.
That's because when you look at the matches, there's really nothing else.
That and Orange Cassidy losing.
If you take the TNT Championship off of Wardlow, you're an idiot. You've got the Blackjack Battle Royal, which is everybody getting thrown over the top rope. So if Orange Cassidy loses that, it's not like, oh my God, Orange Cassidy got thrown over the top rope. You know what I'm saying? So you could automatically throw in a new champion there. Jade Cargill, Taya, again, maybe
you could go with either or. Yeah.
You could flip that one there, but other than that, that's only one where you look at it and you're like, what the hell are they going to do?
Even Adam Cole and Jericho, either one of them winning doesn't hurt them.
No, because it's a fight. That's the thing. It's not a match. None of these. The one thing when you look at most of these matches is like they're just fights, really, man.
It's crazy. But that's our AEW talk for it, man. We went a minute here for AEW. All right, we gotta switch. I'm impressed with you, Sean. We went for what, about an hour and 15 minutes on
hour
AEW.
And 6 minutes we went on AEW.
Woo! Look at you.
Good God, man! I set the timer like, come on.
And we still got people in the chat, so it's,
I know,
it's entertaining.
Yeah. We lost quite a few. I felt like we were an AEW show. Losing viewers as it goes.
It wasn't as bad as Rampage though. It wasn't
as bad as Rampage. No.
So
All right, so we're gonna switch over now to WWE. That
Switch
is
it up.
World Wrestling Entertainment for you people just joining us that don't
There you go.
know anything about the pro wrestling world. No, I'm just kidding. It is so a couple things I want to get into. I'm going to start with Nick Khan talking about SmackDown and Raw. They're saying they could move it off of Monday nights and Friday nights and put it on through any night. They also said SmackDown could do a third hour.
Hold on, Sean. Switch the colors.
Oh man, why? Yeah, thank you for being there for me, buddy.
We gotta make sure we're not.
Yell at the producer real quick. What the hell are you doing over there, man? What I pay you for?
Let's switch the color. There you go.
All right.
Very good.
For SmackDown now. But they're talking about maybe a third hour for SmackDown, which I think a third hour for Raw was too long. But again, if they're gonna pay you for it, you might as well deliver it. They said the window, they're out of the window for Fox, but they are nearing the window, or no, they're out of the window for NBC Universal. They're in the window for Fox, so they can start negotiating SmackDown, and they still have a little bit to go before they can negotiate NBC Universal. So we're going to find out what Endeavor is thinking here, and very interested to see if they do. I hope they do not do a third hour, but there was talk of them making the third hour more adult oriented.
I heard.
So again, that might not be so bad, but again, are you talking adult oriented with blood, or are you talking adult oriented where it goes back to the Attitude Era type stuff? Because when I look at this roster, I don't see anybody on this roster that is Attitude Era-esque.
I mean, maybe Becky Lynch, after what she told that to Trish Stratus, maybe they could elevate her to that. Because that was good.
Welcome to the big time, bitch. Woof, woof.
That shit was good. I like that. That I liked, but I don't think they're gonna go the Attitude Era. I mean, what can you do to spice it up for that extra hour?
Yeah, and then also, I think you'd be pushing so hard that you would really make the product look like crap. Yeah. Terry, what's up, my man? Oh, DJ Mimo's in. I didn't see him.
Yeah, he was there. He's
been in there. Yeah, they need to bring back Kelly striptease.
Kelly was hot.
Cat for Life, Bronson Reed. He's a Bronson Reed fan.
But Cat for Life is true.
It is.
Bronson Reed is so good. Even like every fight, bro. That guy is he's gonna be a champion. Watch, it's gonna be a champion.
Oh, easily.
It's gonna be a champion. I really enjoyed it. I think they should not go to 3 hours, but like you said, they're gonna pay for it.
Yeah, if they're gonna pay me for it, I'll go. But I mean, I would not wardrobe malfunction at third. Oh, stuff.
But wait, you said that they are still in talking with Fox, or they're out completely?
Well, they're out of the they're in the, I don't know if it's out or in. They're in the window to negotiate now on the SmackDown. They can start taking offers for SmackDown. They're in that window, or they're where they can start taking bids for SmackDown. NBC Universal still has a little bit left. I think their contract's at the end of 2024. So I believe they have to wait to the beginning. I think it's a year out.
So your take is, do you think they're going to stay in Fox?
Dude, Endeavor. I don't know, man. I don't know. If it was Vince, yes. I think if it was, with WWE, the original, I think yes. With Endeavor, I don't know, man. I don't know what these guys are thinking, because like you said, we talked about it last week, and it's I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking. I don't know what their brass is thinking. I don't know what, they're not wrestling savvy. So I don't know that, are they going to take, the word or advice of the guys? Is Nick Khan going to give them good advice, or is Nick Khan going to be a yes guy and be like, okay, yes, whatever you guys want to do? You know what I'm saying? It's one of those things where I don't know what they're going to do. And I don't know what SmackDown's what they're gonna offer, but I can tell you now, with what Warner Brothers offered, if I'm hearing between 175 and 185 for Dynamite. If that sets the window, then you're probably looking at the same amount, if not more, 225 to 250 for Raw and SmackDown. With what they're doing, if Warner Brothers is saying a show with 750. 800, 900 at the most is worth 185 million a year, then what's a show 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, and then SmackDown's 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. So
if there was somebody who could compete for WWE SmackDown, who? ESPN? They're the only ones? Because you could actually put them on ABC. Keep that in mind. And you're still going to get the same viewership as Fox. So I like ESPN.
I mean, everything they touch, they freaking spoil, though, man.
True, but can you believe if they put SmackDown on ABC? Ooh, they could do pretty good.
The problem I got is that if they take that and they go to ESPN Plus, and you want me to pay even $39.99 for pay-per-views, you can kiss my ass.
I don't think they're gonna do well.
They charge $59, $69 for some of those UFC ones.
Yeah, no, you're right. But I don't know, man.
Dude, look, I think some of your shows are good, but they're not. They're not that good to be paying $39.99 for a pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying? That's where you lose me. And again, I'll still watch your Raw, your SmackDown as long as I can get them, but I'm not going to sit there and pay the money. And then again, maybe you're going to get some people to play it, but when you're used to paying $4.99, you get every pay-per-view. $9.99 if you don't want commercials or you want to watch the vignettes over and over again. I mean, it's going to be difficult to change some things there, but we'll see. We'll see what happens there, man. I mean, again, I think if anybody does it, I guess it would be ESPN.
Yep.
I mean, who else? If NBC Universal's already got Raw, I mean, maybe they try to get SmackDown too, and they throw it on NBC on Channel 6, or will be Channel 6 here. But I mean, I don't know that Fox lets it go, man, that easily.
It better not.
If it gets too much, we'll have to see. All right, let's move on. The LWO got a victory. Of course, it was Rey Mysterio Jr. getting the victory.
Of course.
So the LWO, my version of the LWO, which is, oh my goodness, Zelina Vega,
Escobar,
Joaquin Wild, and
we always forget the last guy.
Yeah, we do every time, man. But they have not won a match without Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio is the only person in LWO that's gotten pinfalls. So that continues. And LWO is still number 2 in merchandise. Can you guess who number 1 is?
Eddie Guerrero?
Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny's still number 1 in the merchandise.
I still haven't gotten my Bad Bunny shirt. WWE's flacking.
That's because they're probably sold out, man.
Remember when I told you I was like, I bought myself a Bad Bunny shirt. It hasn't got him in yet.
Oh, buddy, you probably sold out a while ago, man. Liv Morgan and Dakota Kai in the same match were injured.
Ooh,
Liv Morgan, it's a shoulder injury, and Dakota Kai. This is where sometimes you forget about your improvisation of the match. The move was set up for her to drop a leg across the back of Liv Morgan. So out of habit, she goes up to do the move, and then she realizes, that's a hurt shoulder. So she tried to not hit her, and then she tore her ACL when she landed. And that was where she landed weird. I was like, ooh, that didn't look like she landed properly. And it was because she realized that Liv was hurt and didn't want to do.
Wait, so Liv was fighting already with a messed up shoulder?
Yes, she was in the corner. I guess she took the double knee wrong, and the shoulder kind of like popped out. So, but after everything's said and done, Dakota Kai will be out longer than Liv Morgan will be out. But Liv Morgan and them had to drop the titles. So that is another thing that is going to, I guess, be decided as well.
What did you think about Raquel teaming up with Shotzi now?
Let's throw together mesh.
I don't think that's a good fit either.
It's not a good fit, but it's one of those things to where, like, okay, Shotzi's not involved in anything. Okay, let's put her in because everybody else is pretty much involved with something.
The only problem is that I don't know. I because you have the Fatal 4-Way now of the women.
Yeah.
So you look who it is. It's Sonya and Chelsea, Ronda and Shayna, Io Sky and Bailey, and then you got Raquel and Shotzi. Like I feel like out of all those girls, Shotzi is the least talented one out of all of them.
Shotzi gets tapped out by Ronda and Shayna. They win the titles. Io leaves Bailey hanging because now's your chance with Dakota Kai injured. You might as well just break that up.
Yep.
And then Chelsea and Sonya, though. You get rid of them somehow. Raquel gets rid of them, and they end up taking care of Shotzi, and that's how that match was, I believe.
Yeah,
and you end up getting the titles on the people you wanted them on anyways.
I feel either Ronda and Shayna. I either say Ronda and Shayna, or if they go with it, Io Sky and Bailey.
I mean, yeah, I guess if you want to, but that would be a good time to just kind of have Io say, "Screw you, Bailey."
Yeah,
I was there for you. You weren't there for me. And honestly, if they really wanted to mess with you, they could throw the titles on Karen there, Chelsea White, and Sonya, just to mess with everybody. Because you could have Ronda, do the thing where they beat the crap out of Shotzi the whole match, and they turn their back a little bit. They push them out of the ring real quick, 1, 2, 3, and they leave real quick with the belts.
Chance-wise, percentage-wise, that Raquel and Shotzi wins it.
I would say very slim. I would say 10%. But again, that's one of those things where it's like, maybe now this is put the belt on Shotzi and see if it helps her.
Yeah. Yeah, because that she hasn't been doing good on her own.
Ronda and Shayna don't need belts.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Chelsea and Sonya, with the way they do their thing, they're such antagonists. They don't need belts.
Nope.
I think Bailey and Io cancel each other out if they end up feuding against each other. They don't need a title. So, I mean, ultimately, the only one that would need a title to help raise them up a little bit would be Shotzi at this point in her career.
How long is Liv going to be out for? Do you know?
I didn't see that. I didn't see that whole time, but it was long enough to where she was not going to be able to defend the title. So probably about 3 months, I'd say.
But you know what would be cool too? If they have Raquel and they have Shotzi win it, and then they just hold on to the titles all the way until Liv comes back. And then Liv comes back and she's like, wait, hold on. I was the original tag team partner of yours. And then start a feud between Shotzi, Liv, and see what happens. That wouldn't be bad either.
You definitely do that, man.
Yeah.
Definitely do that. All right. The next two things I have is kind of, this is for the chat as well. Please jump in, answer the question. The first one is, do you find it interesting that both heavyweight title matches are overshadowed on their respected pay-per-views? That being the Four Pillars match. There's probably 2 matches there that could main event over that. And then Seth Rollins, AJ Styles is for the World Heavyweight Champion, which everybody said is the most prestigious title going on. They've done all this stuff. But then you've thrown 2 matches to me that could probably jump in front of that. Definitely one, which would be Cody and Brock.
Do you think Cody and Brock is gonna?
And also Sammy, and I forgot about Sammy again because of Roman Reigns.
But do you think that Brock Lesnar Cody fight is gonna be over that fight? Like those.
This is the way I see this, Cody, and I'm gonna be completely wrong here. Okay, so just know it right now. I'm wrong. It either opens the show or it closes the show.
I think it's going to be I'm thinking. I say it's the co-main event. I said Roman Reigns, and that one is going to be the first one, and going to be the last match, and then that Cody match is going to be the co-main event. So,
see, I think it's going to be the first one because I think, and this goes into my next question, since we're there. Should Cody win the fight with Brock Lesnar at the pay-per-view? And I find it interesting that WWE, Brock, Cody, Triple H, none of them said match. They all say fight. It's not a match. It's a fight. It's a fight. It's a fight. They're tearing into this fight.
Okay, man. I don't know about you, but I'm getting tired of this.
What? No way.
I'm getting tired of Cody getting his ass kicked all the time, man. I'm sorry, bro. When I saw
I called this when Roman beat him at the pay-per-view, right?
it, he started that he injured his arm and stuff. I was like, oh my god, again? Like, okay, bro. Like, I thought this was gonna be over with. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if Brock Lesnar wins this fight and they continue this feud again, which would be annoying as hell.
Yes.
And like what you said is true. When is it enough that you're gonna be like, yo, Cody, man, like, man up, like, do something? Like, he's getting beat every single time, and we're supposed to feel sorry for him. It gets boring, man. And I was already started to get upset when I saw that he injured his arm and stuff. I was like, ah, man, I have the feeling this is what Sean was talking about, that they're gonna keep riding that win
But
of
my
like,
whole
hey, let's
thing
keep
is
hurting
this,
him.
man. How much does Brock Lesnar have to loosen up Cody Rhodes to beat him? I mean, my God, dude. You beat him up, you threw him against the thing, you hit his arm with a keg, then you put him in the Kimura lock, and you do all this stuff, and it's like
So dumb.
I almost feel like this match is going to be one where he's going to lock Cody in a Kimura, and it's going to be that old Cody's not going to give up. He's going to pass out, and the ref's going to stop the match, but Cody never tapped out. And then that's going to be the thing. Like he was still fighting, and his body gave out on him. But my whole thing, the other thing I have with the whole problem is, why does Brock Lesnar have to kick Cody Rhodes' ass so much leading up to this fight? Could he not handle Cody one-on-one? Like, I mean, you're almost making Cody Brock in this situation. Like, to me, it should have been Cody attacking Brock on Monday night to kind of get him loosened up, like, like worn down or something, like take out a knee or something. And then, so now Lesnar's coming in a little bit banged up, but now you've got Cody coming in with one arm, and he's a one-armed man in an ass-kicking contest, and it doesn't look good for him.
How about you put this whole Cody and Brock to the side and showcase Seth and AJ?
Oh,
because
we can't do that.
They didn't even do any. I mean, all they did was do the little promos where they're talking to Seth Rollins, and he's like, "Hey, this and that and this." Come on, man! Like, I would have wanted that show to have ended with Seth and AJ Styles coming out.
2 weeks, that title means nothing.
That's gonna be bad.
In 2 weeks, that title's like lost a lot, man. They were making that like everything, and then it's like, then you see Roman look at it and be like, I'm like, oh God, no. And then it's just totally forgot about. Like, it's like you have your guy Roman Reigns say he's the most important person on the show. That's why he's going to main event, even though he's not in a heavyweight title match. Like,
that's dumb.
Some
bad calls, man.
It's difficult, man. It's difficult sometimes to try to figure out where. And again, for both companies, and this is the thing, is like, I don't like the storytelling necessarily in AEW, but there's also some things in WWE that's got issues as well, man. They both have their goods and their pros and their cons, man.
Yep.
And this is one where it's like you come out and you say it's a game changer, it's a new title, it's this, it's that, and then 2 weeks later, it's probably the third best match on this card.
I don't understand. If you really wanted to push this that title, you should make this the main event. But the thing is that, how are you going to put AJ Styles and Seth Rollins over that triple threat match?
It's not only that, it's going to be the same thing that happened to Cody and Brock after Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. And I get it. It's the crowd in India and Saudi Arabia, so maybe it's going to be a little bit different. They don't get wrestling all the time, so maybe they'll be up for everything. Maybe that's what they're banking on. And no matter what order we go in, the crowd's going to be up for it because they don't get this all the time.
Yep.
Maybe that's what they're banking on. And maybe they're right. Again, maybe they're right. But to me, watching it at home, like that, during the Bad Bunny match at the back, I was like, after that match, I said, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted watching Bad Bunny and Damian Priest. I can only imagine what that crowd was because they didn't sit down. They were chanting, they were up, they were singing, they had the, everything. Now you're going to do the same thing the next pay-per-view with this game-changing world title.
The only thing is that obviously in that game-changing world title match, there's not gonna be, I don't believe, anybody coming in as a cameo to help either one of them. So the only thing I could think of is maybe somebody comes in and kind of starts, gets involved, and the other one wins, and then now you have a feud between that person and the champion or whatnot, something like that. That's
You
the
shouldn't, because one's Raw, one's SmackDown, right?
correct.
I mean,
But
technically, Seth Rollins should win it. The title stays at Raw.
but
I
don't
understand how this goes as well. This
don't
is another issue with this.
don't talk to me about draft. Remember what I told you, that Sammy and KO were gonna be in SmackDown. They were gonna be in Raw. They don't give a damn about any of that stuff. And look, it's said and done. I wouldn't be surprised if AJ wins and he still stays in SmackDown. So that whole draft, another thing that just made no sense whatsoever. If they keep flip flopping and putting these people to go in each one of them, it's just ridiculous.
It's terrible, man. All right, it's time. It's time. Oh, probably can get sued now. I take that back. It's not time. Night of Champion predictions. Oh, wait, there's more?
Wait. We forgot something.
Oh, what'd I forget?
We forgot something, sir. My boy, 3-0 the last 3 weeks.
How'd he win this time?
3-0. He won again.
With the help of?
So he has 2 wins over Xavier Woods.
Yes.
And then he beats I had it written. I forgot his name. What's that guy's name? You know his name. This guy.
That guy. I didn't watch that.
Apollo Crews. There you
he
go.
beat Apollo. Okay.
You didn't watch Raw?
I didn't watch all of it, no.
Okay, so he beats Apollo Crews.
Yep.
So
how did he beat Apollo Crews?
3-0.
How did he beat Apollo Crews?
He beat Apollo Crews by pinning him. He went over him and they kind of 1, 2, 3 and he won.
And who? Nobody interfered. Nobody tripped him. Nobody.
I don't remember. That I don't remember.
Oh, no. Okay. All right.
But
that tells me everything I need to know.
But he won. He won. And he came out saying that he sees himself sooner than later challenging Gunther for the Intercontinental belt. Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
Then he'll be a prison bitch.
I'm telling you. I am telling you, sir. They're building him up.
Condom.
3-0.
He's going to be a prison bitch.
I was so happy when I saw him win 3-0. I was like, man, WWE, if they're getting something right, it's definitely Dominic Mysterio taking those W's. I love it.
All right, now can we get off this now?
Sure, we could get off it now.
Cat for Life says I need one of those shirts.
Which one?
I guess yours, right?
Mine?
Square Circle Digest shirts. Cat for Life, hit me up on DM. I can get you one. Give me your size and stuff. Night of Champions. Are you ready? I'm not going to go in order. I'm just going to go in order on how they are on this website, okay? So I'm not going to go in order of the Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus.
Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. I'm actually excited because Becky sold it to me on Monday night. I say Becky Lynch makes Trish Stratus bark like a dog and she beats her.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, look, man, when you have, Trish and Lita, and they're in there for a reason. Becky had nothing going on. This was a chance to get her back into the fold. And meanwhile, by getting, her over on somebody with a big name. So I agree. Becky 100%. Man, most of these first matches are pretty Bianca Belair versus Asuka.
I wouldn't be surprised. I can't see Bianca lose. I got Bianca.
I mean, I know ultimately they're talking about turning her and the Street Profits heels, but I don't know that you start it here in Saudi Arabia. This is something you got to build over time. But also, I mean, I love what they're doing with Asuka. She's cheating. She's winning by any means necessary now. She lost at WrestleMania or Backlash because she didn't do that. And now I think she ends up, you know what? I'm going to say she does it. Or disqualification. She sprays the mist and gets caught. The ref rings the bell, but I don't think she gets beat. I don't think Asuka gets pinned in this match. I'll leave it at that.
I don't understand why they did back to back, like WrestleMania, and then so soon they did the rematch. I think they should have picked somebody else for Bianca, and then Asuka should have came out and interfered, and then built that story up, and then the next one.
Her homecoming at University of Tennessee. That was her. Knoxville, Tennessee was her big homecoming. They were gonna have the big party for her. Asuka walked out like she was gonna congratulate her. Sprayed the blue mist in her eyes. Ruined her whole celebration. Just down the shitter, man.
Jesus, terrible.
Eddie.
So upset. And once again, WWE does the same thing, just like AEW. Homer, right? Hey, hometown.
Yeah,
here it is.
Yep. No. That is the. Let me tell you something. As an independent wrestler, you always have the one guy that's new to the thing, and he's in a battle royal or he's whatever. But that guy is from every city that you go to. 1 week you go to watch him in a show. On Saturday, the guy's from West Palm Beach, Florida. On Sunday, guess where he's from? Pompano Beach, baby. Same guy. You're like, hey,
see, that's why I don't think I could ever be a wrestler, because if they told me, Frankie, you have to say you're from Buffalo, New York. F you. I'm out of here. I'm out of here, bro. In no damn way am I a Buffalo Bill fan.
I had two hometowns. It was Parris Island, South Carolina, when I did the Tank and American Taliban gimmick.
Okay.
And then I was from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, when I did Psycho Sean Allen, Suicidal Tendencies.
Okay. Well,
and that's parts unknown as the Blackheart.
Good. Now, if they would have told you to be out of like New England or out of New York, would you do it?
I'll park the car next to the bar.
That's why I wouldn't be able to do it.
Pay me, baby. Pay me.
I wouldn't be able to do it, man.
You get to pick your hometown, man, wherever you want to be from.
All day, Miami, Florida.
Not Miami, Florida. Nobody wants to be from Miami, Florida, unless you're MVP. All right, Rhea Ripley taking on Natalya.
No, come on, man. I think they just threw this fight there just for gimmicks.
Natalya was the first woman to ever wrestle in Saudi Arabia. I think she's slowly getting to her time. So this is kind of nobody else is going to challenge Rhea. Let's go, Natalya.
If Natalya wins, I'll stop watching WWE.
Yeah, I might stop watching wrestling. Altogether. Squared Circle Digest will be the boringest show because I'll just be like, Frankie, did you watch it? Good. Okay, what happened? You would just be telling me what happened because I would cease to watch WWE. And then if they take the title off MJF or Wardlow, I can't watch AEW. We'll have to start talking Impact and NWA or something.
It would be, nobody would tune in because Jesus, these people, bro. I would be shocked if Rhea Ripley loses, but
now here's another one. This is a funny one, man, because I want to see how they make Mustafa Ali look good against Gunther. Because he's going to have to get something to get the crowd going. Because that he's,
I mean, look what Brock Lesnar did to him on Monday.
The greatest thing ever.
So obviously he's not winning, but I you know what? I hope they do the same thing similar to what they did with Zelina when she was in Puerto Rico. Maybe they do, fireworks for him and all that stuff, like him coming out, his entrance, and all that stuff. Maybe something like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, you might get the little flashy entrance and then just the crushing blow.
Yeah.
All right. So now this site kind of has the heavyweight championship match as the main event. The next match they have listed is the Undisputed Tag Team Championship. Sami Zayn, KO versus Roman and Solo. I almost said Romo and Solo. Roman and Solo. What do you got going, man? What say you, Frankie Frezko?
I hope they don't do it. Again, if they do this, I'm gonna be so mad. I say KO and Sami wins this, but if they give these tag team belts to Roman, well, I don't mind Solo, but Roman, dude, just give him everything. Give him the women's title. Screw it.
He beats Rhea.
Yeah.
And Bianca at the same time. We'll do the Edge Daniel Bryan pin like at WrestleMania when he stacked them on top of each other and pinned them.
And then not only that, he travels and he goes to Wembley and beats MJF for the AEW one too.
Yes. Not only MJF, he beats Orange Cassidy for the international title, Wardlow for the TNT title. Jamie Hayter, he kicks in the face and beats her for the title. He's got every title known to every big name company.
I hope he doesn't win the belt, but I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
I think they showed the wrinkle when he got mad at the Usos and he bumped into Solo, and Solo just stared him, and they kind of stared at each other, and then he just left. You can see like the rift's coming, man. I don't know when they ripped the Band-Aid off of this thing.
I like the fact
coming, man. It's coming, and I think what's going to happen, and I would love to see if this. Could you imagine Solo? Kevin Owens is working his way up, and Roman's behind him, kind of working his way up after whatever, a stunner, and they're both knocked out. Solo slides in the ring, gets that Samoan spike ready, goes to KO. KO moves, bam! He hits Roman with the spike. Roman goes down. He KOs Solo out of the ring. KO pins Roman Reigns to retain the titles. And then now you have to set up what happens after that. What is the repercussions of that happening? Because I already know what happens this Friday. I already got the spoilers. I know what's going to happen. And Roman did the thing you don't do before you go for a title. He touched it. He held it high.
I say that the Usos get involved. And
yeah, but usually on these shows, they don't fly out anybody that's not. I mean, you'll get the Undertaker, guys like that, but usually they don't fly out extras. But we'll see, because you know what? No, I stand corrected. Because they flew out Solo. That was a Saudi show too, when Solo came out front of the ring, right? Wasn't that a Saudi show? With Roman and who was he fighting?
Paul Logan?
I think it was Logan Paul. Yeah.
Logan Paul.
That was in Saudi Arabia. Yeah.
So bad with names.
No, you're right. No, you're better than me, because I couldn't remember Logan Paul. That's right, because he slid out from under the thing and held, and then that's when Roman hit him with the spear and pinned him. So, maybe.
I think what they
normally do, but it would make too much sense to do that, honestly. But
I think what they should do is they should have the Usos come out, and then they hit Roman, and Roman, he's about to lose. They're about to pin him, and then he kicks out. And then after that, what you said, that Solo goes and accidentally does his finishing move on Roman. That way you get both of both worlds. You get both him upset at the Usos and him upset at Solo at the same time. And be like, yo, what's going on with these guys?
Waiting for it to crumble down.
Yeah.
I like it. All right. Here's our favorite match of the night. Brock Lesnar, Cody Rhodes.
I want Brock Lesnar to win, man. So I'm gonna go with Brock Lesnar.
I think Brock Lesnar has to win this match, but the thing is, Cody can't be pinned. I think he has to pass out because of pain. Because if you want to keep this Cody thing going, he can't get pinned. That's the problem.
It's gonna be 1-1. It should be 1-1.
But I think what happens is he locks into Kimura because of his arm injury. He ends up passing out because of all he's going to do the same thing. He's going to lock into Kimura. Cody's going to roll him up like that, like they did it at Backlash. 1, 2, and Brock's going to let it go enough to get back up, and then he's going to lock it back in again, and Cody's going to pass out from the pain.
I don't know about you, but I watched Brock Lesnar in UFC. Watching Brock Lesnar do a Kimura is the funniest thing ever, man. That guy, in no shape or form, knows how to do a Kimura correctly. So it's just that bad.
That's probably why he hurts people. When he does it,
it's really bad.
But although maybe he's doing it so that he doesn't hurt them. I don't know, because you got to be pretty flexible to be able to do the. Like, my arm don't go back that way, man. Like, you'd pop my shoulder out probably if you hooked me in anything like that. I mean, again, but I'm fat in shape, so
I think Cody. I think Brock really likes working with Cody, though. That you could tell that
Um,
they like
I,
working
I
with
think
them.
I think he knows he draws money with him. I think that's what it
Yeah,
is. That's all Brock's worried about is money right now.
but again, I don't. I think Brock Lesnar should win. I'm going with Brock Lesnar. A lot of these picks today are
Yeah.
all just how I feel. I'm not
Oh,
picking the
I
actual.
I think for the storyline of this, he needs to win, but he can't pin him. That's what I'm saying. Like he can't just go out there destroy him. 600 suplexes, 15 F5s, 1, 2, 3. He wins. You have to keep Cody somewhat strong and have him pass. I mean, yeah, he can take all the moves and take a beating, but I believe he's got to pass out from the pain if you want to keep it somewhat. I mean, again, you change it from a match to a fight. So it is what it is. Alex, you want a shirt too? Hit me up in my DMs. I'll let you know how to get one. The World Heavyweight Championship, the Game Changer title. We
The
can't
most
call it Game
irrelevant
Changer.
championship belt.
You can't call it Game Changer title because there's Game Changer Championship Wrestling. So you can't change. There's Game Changer Wrestling. So, but you've got Raw's Seth Rollins taking on SmackDown's AJ Styles.
I don't know, man. I just don't see how in the world Seth Rollins loses this. I don't think AJ Styles. He just came back from an injury. I don't know how you could give him the belt. I say it's all Seth Rollins.
I'm
That's
going to go
simple.
against you here. I'm going to go against you here. I think it's going to be, honestly, I believe it's going to be Seth Rollins. My honest thing. But I always think back to this. Triple H is in charge. There was the Authority. There was Seth Rollins. He was with the Authority. He was against the Authority. Can they do some kind of employ something like that this time to make him chase the title? Do they do something to where you cheat him out of the title because he deserves it? Is this again the odd? I mean, when you look at this match, you go, Seth Rollins should win this match just because of everything they do. And I mean, Saudi Arabia might sing a song for 45 minutes. We have no idea.
Plus, that belt was done for Monday Night Raw, and Seth is in Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, no, exactly. But if you do want to, screw him, I guess you could kind of do like the Authority 3.5 or whatever it's going to be now. But I honestly believe Seth Rollins leaves Saudi Arabia the champion. But I could see them, again, because AJ's one of those guys where, yeah, he's a baby face at times, but he could also still turn on that persona. And you got the Good Brothers, you got my Chin, Mia Yim with them. So there's a little bit of a group there to where, I don't know, put a mouthpiece with them or something. And now all of a sudden you've got a little bit of a group, and then Seth has to chase them. And you're also having the Good Brothers involved into it. So it doesn't have to always be AJ and Seth. And you can roll it on out till SummerSlam or a couple months and then put it on Seth Rollins, add an event in the US. But again, I honestly believe Seth Rollins will leave the champion. But if you want to go that route, I wouldn't be upset about it. But I don't think AJ should beat him clean. If anybody wins clean, Seth Rollins wins clean.
You
cheat him, then AJ Styles wins.
You want Seth to also have a chase? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
I mean, why not? Why not? Let's have everybody chase everything. Let's chase. Natalia's been chasing the women's title for 15 years now. This is her night in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I'm telling you that if it's her night, I'm not watching WWE. You tell me what's going on later for the rest of the year.
Yeah, we're gonna have like divided up into segments. Not 8 to 9 will be WWE. You'll come on 9 to 10 to do AEW.
You tell me what is going on in WWE. I tell you what's going on in AEW.
All right, we got any questions? Go ahead and get them in now. We're gonna be wrapping it up here in a few minutes. Any parting thoughts there, Mr. Frezko?
No, man, just like I said, make sure you hit that like. If you guys are gamers, I mean, I'm not a hardcore gamer, but I do play. So if you guys want to ever play any wrestling games, especially the AEW one when it comes out again. My gamer tag is the Cheat. You know how I got that name, right?
The chat.
You know how I got that, right?
Is your cheat?
Okay, so it's so funny how world works. Did you ever see a cartoon called Strong Bad? Ever heard of it? Okay. When you get a chance, Google Strong Bad. He is a cartoon wrestler and he's always like arguing with people, and his sidekick is the Cheat. So I always called myself the Cheat, and that's how I got that gamer tag. I obviously they had the A and the T taken, so that's why I put extra A's and extra T's. But yeah, Strong Bad and the Cheat. And the Cheat is like he's like a fake Pokemon type of looking Pikachu, and he's there. But Strong Bad is the reason why I watched the show, because he's a cartoon with a red like a red mascara. He has a red mask and everything. So if you Google it,
white guy, you're the cheat, the white guy.
no, the Cheat is the little yellow guy.
Oh, I don't see him.
The white guy, I forgot his name. The white guy is I forgot his name. But that cartoon used to be when I was in college. So we're talking about maybe like over 14, 15 years now. But that's how I got that gamer tag. And that's why I call myself the Cheat, because Strong Bad is the cartoon's name. Strong Bad and the Cheat. And he has like a cool red mask. So that's what it is. But if you do you see him? Oh, the white one is called Homestar Runner. That's what it's called. Homestar Runner is the name of the cartoon.
There.
Yeah, the Cheat, baby. Yeah, that's it right there. Woo! That's me right there.
You almost look like Chester Cheetah after eating some Cheetos.
And it's so funny because now check it out. Like he's always the sidekick of Strong Bad, and then like you started the show and then you brought me on, so I feel like I'm your sidekick now. So I'm like the Cheat, and you're the Strong Bad.
Gotta be Strong Bad. All right.
But it's a cool
Pretty worse, I guess.
It was a cool cartoon. So
awesome.
Oh,
I'm done with Performers of the Week, by the way.
Oh, you want? Oh, okay, you want me to go first?
Sure.
Man, I'm gonna tell you this. I watched Monday Night Raw. I was a little bit impressed. I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I never liked them in NXT. They're now in Monday Night Raw. They were actually pretty decent. It reminds me of, I'll tell you what, it reminds me, let's see if you could guess it. It reminded me of Tears for the Fears. Do you know who that is? With the song Shout? No?
I'm drawing a blank.
So,
shout, let it on. That one?
Yes.
Okay.
These are
do without. All right.
Yes.
I feel like Big O. I know a song. Yes. Yeah.
Oh, if Big O was watching, he would have been like drilling us.
He's been in there already.
Pretty deadly. I don't know, for some reason that song rings in my head. Their entrance song when they're coming in. So because of that, it got in my head, and I get Kit Wilson and Elton Prince is their names.
Yeah,
so
very entertaining guys.
So I saw them, and I was like, who are these guys? I've seen them in NXT, but hey, man, they that fight that they had wasn't bad against the Brutes, and they won. They beat Butch and Rich, so I was actually impressed. So I'm gonna give them the performance of the week.
Nice, I like it. Mine is Becky Lynch, just for wearing the glasses.
Did you see those glasses? They were.
I was gonna come out and just have mine. I don't know. They're sitting here all day like this.
That was cool. I like it. And for calling Trish
Stratus for the dog, man, dude. The fact that that's now my little like line. I have it on my phone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna save the audio and put it in my phone when the wife calls me. Welcome to the big time, bitch.
That was great. That was really
awesome.
Good. That was really good.
That's awesome. But the fact that, again, it shows you that they really haven't touched each other yet. She threw the table at her. No interaction.
No.
But they sold the match to me. And it's one of those things to where, and again, they went back because, as Nate G said, woof woof, classic by Bex, because back in the day when Vince McMahon with Trish Stratus made her bark like a dog
Yep.
and everything else, you start mixing all this stuff together, man, and it just it makes for classic moments. And the fact that they haven't, it reminds me of a lot of the old school stuff where they don't make contact until it means something. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to see them go at it. Yeah, they've attacked. I think she hit Becky with the move, or Becky hit her with the move last week, and then she powdered. You've had little interactions, but nothing big. Nothing like Brock crushing Cody 67,000 times, you know what I'm saying, and everything else. And it's built up for a hell of a match. It's almost like, again, it's almost not almost, but it reminds me of like what happened with the Bloodline with Sammy. The whole time you knew it's going to happen. When does it happen? You're kind of just waiting for that. And now we're going to get that payoff and hopefully it delivers in Saudi Arabia.
I like the way she showed that. That was really good. All right. It was fun. It brought back classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then at the same time, I'm actually interested to see what Trish and Becky Lynch do. It brought more attention. I like the fact that they did the contract signing and all that stuff. That was cool. They sold it to me. I'm more excited about that fight than the Bianca Belair fight with Asuka, to be honest with you.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it's for different. Think about this. Becky has not. When is the last time Becky has been in the world title picture?
It's been a minute.
It's been a while, right? So now, once this is over, I can guarantee you she's going to be elevated back into that real quick, and it's going to be interesting to see because I guess she's Raw, right?
You think she's going to go against Rhea Ripley?
I mean, SummerSlam.
That would be bad.
It's not going to be one of these, Saudi Arabia trips. It's going to be one of the big four.
Well, I heard on the Bianca Belair side, I think she's beating everybody but Charlotte Flair, right? Is that the only one she hasn't been able to beat? Charlotte Flair?
Yeah, I don't think they fought though. I mean, they fought once before, maybe in NXT or something.
So I think if you go the SmackDown way, would be.
I mean, if you could withstand and get it to there, you have Becky against Rhea, Charlotte against Bianca at WrestleManias. Again, it's a long way to go to get there.
SummerSlam.
But that's a strong main events for the women.
Yep.
So, all right. We appreciate you guys. Nate G, Alex Panzuela, DJ Mimo, Cap for Life, DJ CM Dump, Mimo, Terry, my dad. Who we got in here? Where's Nicholas at today? He's watching the Heat game, isn't he?
No. You want to know where he's at?
I don't know. Well, you said that. DJ Brian Music.
You want to know where
Go ahead. Yeah. Where's he at?
He is in Las Vegas.
What?
So my brother went to EDC Las Vegas this past week, and he's been in Vegas since Thursday. So he's been over there partying it up. He actually told me, he's like, Frankie, you need to come. I'm like, yeah, but what am I gonna do? Leave Sean by himself on the show? I can't do that to him, man.
You can't, man. To go to Vegas, you could do that.
I was thinking, you know what's funny? I was thinking about going to the Heat game, and I was like, damn. But I remember I was like, oh man, I got the wrestling show. Never mind. But
dude, man, no.
I wasn't gonna pay all that money for that.
And by the way, right now the Heat are down by 7.
What is it? The fourth quarter or the third?
Third quarter, 68-61. Shard, EWD Jr., Frankie Frezko, as always. Mindbreaker 305. Karen Joseph, not a lot, but also he said, I am here. I will be back. He probably went to watch the Heat game, and he hasn't come back, so he wasn't really a big part of the AEW talk. And Nate G says, fins up. Yes, and make sure we're back at it tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. Big O will return. So we will be back on 10 a.m. Make sure you hit that subscribe, set your notifications, smash the like button for all the shows. We appreciate you all. And Frankie, anything before I hit the countdown button? You can get us out.
Don't forget to follow me at Fresco Music, Gamertag The Cheat. Don't forget to follow Sean _Stanley 11. Don't forget to share Guys, share our show, watch the replays, try to share it with the rest of your friends. We're trying to grow this for you guys. So, hey, when we're going to the next when is our next wrestling show, Sean?
It
When
will
we're heading?
probably be probably June.
Okay, you gotta
Probably
let
June
me know.
because May this weekend I'm stuck. I wanted to go to one of the shows this weekend, but I have my daughter's baby shower.
Boss hasn't been around. He didn't come to the
No,
show
he
today.
said 2 or 3 weeks. He still got 2 or 3 weeks, so
June.
it'll be right around the beginning of June is when I want to get back going over there, and then plus I think then I'll be fully healed up. The remote's kind of kicked my butt again this week, but I should be good.
Yeah, damn. Okay.
Yeah,
hope you feel better.
No, it's good. Just getting back into the workflow, man. After sitting on my ass for.
I'm 90%. I'll be at the Panther game. So if you see a Squared Circle Digest, I'm just playing that.
Bringing it back. Oh yeah, baby, yeah. Go Silent!
Do you think they would let me in? No, I don't think they'll let me in.
I don't think they will. Not for a Panthers game. No,
not for Panthers game, but
no. But so we got. Let's see. Let's go Heat.
Go Panthers.
Panthers. Got to finish it off tomorrow night. Heat finish it off tonight, please. Panthers finish off tomorrow night. Then they'll head to the next round. The Heat will head to the next round to take on the Nuggets. Let's see here. I know we got a lot of soccer fans listening to us right now, so let me let you know that Inter Miami, they won. They're open. They have moved on to the round of 8.
Well, they beat that other team.
Nashville 2-1 tonight.
And they had lost to Nashville before.
Yes, they lost to Nashville last week, actually. I thought last week was the Open Cup. Last week was an actual MLS game. So they are on to the round of 8. Can they make it to the round of 4? Holy cow. Inter Miami could be going to the final 4 of the U.S. Open Cup. My God.
Is there like a 3 or something related to Inter Miami?
This is their third, this is their third year, right?
No, I don't. No. They've been in a lot longer. Is this the third time?
This is their third year, I believe, man.
Is this because Pizarro was with them for a couple times? Is this the third time they faced Nashville? Is that what it is? Maybe that.
Maybe.
I don't know. Just trying to figure out.
They've been. Let's see. They founded in 2018, but when did they play their first game?
The Martyrs are losing 5-1.
I don't even. So they started in 2020.
Holy crap! Are you serious?
Yeah.
And we're in 2023.
3, baby.
How long are we gonna keep this 3 up for?
Oh, we'll keep it going for a while, man. We'll keep it going for a while.
No way. Now you got to tell that to Big O tomorrow.
Think about this: if the Usos and Solo, that's 3, take care of Roman. Oh my God, we can go all day. But we know you guys got to get to the Heat game. Fourth quarter of the Heat game, right around the corner. Don't say we held you up. Fourth quarter rocks next. Well, not next here on Big O's radio.
Look, I got you. Look, I'm shaking with you.
Yeah. Let's go, Heat. Let's go, Heat. Let's